we're going over the Agero formula, which is a 5-part dispute reason formula that I use to remove literally every single negative item that I've removed in the last 7 years. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down and show you, but you can also head over to my channel, which is youtube.com/expertcreditsweeps, and click on any one of these videos to learn how to do it. But specifically this video right here, dispute letter magic. And this is where I show you how I use this formula that generated over 20,000 deletions for 2020. Now, I will be giving another video that explains all the deletions that I got in 2021, but very simply click on this and it's going to break it all down in detail for you. All right. So pretty simple, easy to understand, and specifically very simple to use. All right. So let's go and get started. And I'm going to show you what this consists of so that you can apply this formula to literally any account on your credit report to remove it. All right. Because this is the solution. All right. So let's head over here and I'm going to show you. Step 1 is the action. Right? 2 is the justifier. 3 is the element. 4 is the reason. And 5, optionally, is the outcome. Now, if that doesn't make any sense, I'm going to show you right here how you would use this. I'm going to hover over each part of these, but I'm going to give you a very simple factual dispute reason. Now, factual, pausing right there real quick, factual means we're not just saying this is unverified. We're not just saying delete this. We're saying delete this because of very specific facts that are proving that this account is inaccurate, right? So here's an example. Delete this account for inaccuracy because the date last active is inconsistent. Experian reports 2/13/15, Equifax 5/26/18, and TransUnion 10/3/2021. Obviously, just looking at this, TransUnion re-aged that account, and that's actually a violation. But for the purpose of understanding this, this is why I did this. Now, you're not going to see outcome on here, and we're going to go over that part last. However, let's go and look at the first part. So delete. All right, so the action is going to be delete, remove, update, or correct, okay? This is where you're letting them know the outcome requested for the disputed item. And this is different than the outcome as in step 5, okay? So delete this account, remove this account, update, or correct this account, okay? Now, the second thing is that you also need to let them know what it is that you're disputing, right? And this is actually 3, so I have a little bit backwards, but it's because of the way that I wrote my dispute reason. You need to let them know whether you're disputing the account, personal information, inquiry, public record, like a bankruptcy, whatever. I normally write account, delete this account, unless I'm specifically disputing something like a foreclosure or a late payment. Delete this late payment or update this late payment because I was never late, right? So delete this account for inaccuracy because, pausing there, FCRA says, yeah, you can remove something because it's inaccurate, unverified, or incomplete, right? But if you look at Metro 2, which is the only thing that the bureaus use, it specifically states inaccurate for the reason for removal other than fraud. So why are we going to use something that cannot be verified, or why are we going to use something that is incomplete when they only care about accuracy, okay? So this is why we're disputing for inaccuracy. I can literally turn anything into a violation dispute or inaccurate, okay? Because is your justifier, okay? This is a justifier and changes the way your request is received. And it allows you to explain why something should be corrected or removed instead of just saying delete it or correct it, okay? So it's the same thing as, you know, you're standing in line at the grocery store and your husband or your wife calls you, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and they say, hey, you know, your kid's school just called and you need to come pick up your son or your daughter like right now. Well, you also need to buy milk, eggs, and orange juice. So you're going to let the person know in front of you or 2 people up, hey, I have an emergency or something really urgent. I see that you only have one thing that you're purchasing. Can I just jump ahead of you, or, you know, whatever? And because you said because, they're more likely to allow you to get ahead of them because you didn't just say, dude, I really need to get in front of you. Let me just go. You know, you're going to take like forever or whatever. But it's because you explained why that they're going to allow you. Now, it's not going to work all the time, but hey, this explains a lot. All right. So now, the element, date last active, date last paid, comments, notice due, balance, late payment history, high balance, limit, open date, past due, first date of delinquency, etc., etc. Let them know the element that you are disputing, okay? And that it is consistent, it's a violation, it's inaccurate, whatever. Now, this is where we're going to put our facts, okay? Your dispute, when available, should include the facts taken directly from the credit report. My disputes for my clients include not only the facts, but also, as much as possible, credit report pages that prove my claim of inaccuracy, or receipts, transaction records, statements, whatever I have available to me. But mostly, everything that I use is taken directly from the credit report. So here, as you can see, these dates would have been taken directly from the credit report on the account that, I'm obviously disputing, right? So that's why this is on here. It would be a totally different dispute if I just said delete this account for inaccuracy because the date last active is inconsistent. Now, if I do say that, I'm still proving with my additional documentation that the account is inaccurate. However, this is a full and complete dispute reason to remove a charge off or, a bunch of late payments where you're removing the entire account. Okay. Now I can give you a ton of different examples, but let's just go and write out a couple of them together. So let's say that you're disputing, oh wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to explain the outcome. Outcome, that is the O. Now, when you're disputing late payments, you will want to ask for an outcome to be, like update to paid as agreed or never late for inaccuracy. So for an example, I was not late on X date. Please update this account to paid, never late, or paid as agreed, or paid on time. Okay. Now this is the way that you actually remove late payments because they're not going to be able to go and verify something where they actually have to provide a bank statement. They're just not going to do that. Okay. So that's how you remove late payments and let them know the outcome that you want instead of just saying, remove this late payment on X date. Okay. And then what? What do you want? Okay, well, update me to paid on time because I did pay on time, even though you probably didn't. Okay, so here are a couple examples. Let's say that we are disputing a Capital One charge off. So we can say remove this account for inaccuracy because the date last reported was not updated and still reports as, we would go and put the dates, Experian date, Equifax date, TransUnion date. This means you did not investigate this account even though you verified as accurate. Now, why is that? Well, with the date last reported or status update date or I can't remember the third thing that they call it off the top of my head. But anyways, when they go and they verify the account, they're supposed to change this date to be the date that they did that, right? So if they don't update the date, obviously it means that they didn't investigate the account. Here's an example that's a little bit different. Correct the balance on this account because it's reported with 3 different amounts. Experian balance, Equifax balance, TransUnion balance. The correct amount is $100. Please update. Here's one for a bankruptcy. Delete this bankruptcy because the court name is listed inaccurately on all 3 bureaus. Experian, US, BK, PT, CT, Equifax, US DIST, CT, TransUnion, US Bankruptcy, CT. All 3 bureaus have now reported the city and state. Now, not only is that important for you to know, but it can also not be abbreviated. It should not be US, BK, PT, CT. Okay, so here are 2 more, and then we're going to be done with the section. Okay, so here's one for late payments. I'm listed as late on date and date on Experian, date and date on Equifax, and date on TransUnion. Please remove these late payments for inaccuracy and inconsistency and report this account paid on time, never late. So here's one for an inquiry. Remove the inquiry listed on date by data furnisher. This inquiry does not meet the requirements for reporting, such as firm offer of credit, employment, insurance, child support, court order, and I think there's one more. However, you get the drift here. You can literally use this formula to dispute any negative item on the account, okay? So remember, it is action, justifier, element, reason, and outcome. And that is it, okay? So here's the deal. If you want to continue doing your credit yourself, then awesome. I have a bunch of do-it-yourself resources, and you can find them at vault.my740.com. Or if you want to see if I can do this for you, head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can help. You're just going to click on this link right here, choose any date and time, and that is going to be that. Now, I do have an app that does all the heavy lifting for you, and it's very simple. Just go to liveletter.ask-kristen.com. You're going to find it right here. I do have a commercial version, so meaning that you're using it for clients, and I have a personal version, which means you're using it only for yourself or one person. And it's super affordable, one-time payment, and automates the creation of your disputes, includes built-in dispute reasons, built-in letters, and everything that you could possibly need. So that is it for tonight on the Jero formula that I use to remove thousands of dispute reasons, and you can do it too. Just make sure that you are using this formula, all right? So make sure to like this video if you found it valuable, subscribe if you haven't done so, and click on one of the other videos that come up next. All right, I will see you tomorrow.